What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review for Sistas, season 2, episode 6. Are we already on episode 6? Wow, okay. So, the episode starts off with Andy and her feelings. She is really feeling and pissed off and upset because of the way things went with her and Gary. She calls Karen, lets Karen know, and Karen is like, girl, whatever. And Andy's like, no, for real, this time it's over. It's over this time. Karen was like, okay, girl. She was like, no, for real, you don't believe me. I'm telling you, it's over. She was like, girl, well, what's different this time that all of a sudden now it's over? I mean, I didn't like the way he was talking to me. I mean, he was controlling and at first I thought it was cute, but I realize now that that's just not cute. He was just trying to control me and I'm just not doing it. After everything I did for him, after everything I've been through for him, and for him to just treat me like that and disrespect me like that, I'm not doing it. And Karen was like, all right, girl. Well, you coming down to the club? I'll meet you at the club. And so Karen was like, Andy was like, well, why you talking to me like that? Why you kind of talking in code? You know how you can always tell when somebody in the room and you don't really want to get too deep into the conversation. She was like, you with him? Is he coming to the club? All right, girl, but then I'll just see you there. I'll see you there, child. So then we have Fatima and Zach. I'm gonna just go on and knock them on out the way because this was a whole lot of long ass scenes for nothing. They're at dinner, and Fatima, Zach said I probably lost my job. After every he said, I guess I lost out on the opportunity, and she was like, no. He was like, what you mean? She said, second offenders means like a felony or a hard crime, like you going back to jail, like you got into a little fight, like your situation is not going to eliminate you from being able to be a part of the program. And he was like, well, I feel like I might have lost my job. And she was like, well, did you call? Like, did you call your job and find out? And he was like, nah, I probably already lost my... She was like, boy, call. And remember, Danny has sort of covered for him. So he still has his job. He just got to work a double the next day. He was honest with his boss and told his boss he got arrested. But he said it was for a fight. It wasn't nothing deep or whatever. And so that was cool, right? That was cool. They got that on out the way. And then they get to flirting, and they go back and forth, and it's clear that they like each other, and she likes him, and he likes her, and she sees potential in him, and he tells her, they have a date. It's a date, okay? So then when it's time to leave, she was like, well, let me give you a ride. And he was like, no, I'm good. I'll walk. And then they go back and forth. And he finally confesses to her that he ain't really got nowhere to go. And she was like, well, what happened? She was like, oh, let me guess. You were living with the girl, and now y'all not together, so you don't have nowhere to go. And he was like, yeah, basically. And she was like, he said, but I'm staying with a friend, and she lives close. And Fatima was like, boy, stop lying to me. Like, what's going on? And so she says, listen, you can stay with me. And he was like, what? Stay with you? She was like, no, on the couch. Like, I got an extra bedroom. You be sleeping there. Like, you ain't going to be with me. But of course, we all know it's a lie when she said out her mouth. They get back to the apartment. Zach takes a shower and he gets to confide in her. And he says, listen, this is how everything started with me and my girl. This is real familiar, Me and her hooked up when I was down and out, when I was riding my bike around Atlanta. She let me stay with her. She helped me get a job. Her friend hooked me up with a job at the airport, And she was like, and so Fatima was like, well, why didn't that work out? Like, what happened? Zach, this is the part where you made me mad, okay? Zach gonna say, because I wasn't getting it together fast enough. No, you cheated on her multiple times. Like, don't bury the lead. Like, yeah, that might have been part of it, that you didn't get it, get your life together fast enough for her. But let's not forget the sidetracking that you did, that you thought you had a whole nother baby on the way down to the airport until the woman told you that she lied, okay? But in order for you to think you got her pregnant, it means that means that you slept with her. In order for the woman to go down to the clinic to get tested for STDs, it means that you told her that you cheated on her. Like, don't bury the lead, Zach. Don't bury the lead. But neither here nor there, child. Next thing you know, they kissing, and you know how that goes. So that's what's going on. So Zach didn't go down. Everybody else is down to the club, okay? Andy is down there. She didn't call. Old boy didn't call her, or she didn't call old boy, the grandson. And she invited him to come to the club. Karen is there with Aaron. Of course, Sabrina and Calvin. And poor Danny is odd man out. Why? Because Danny still ain't talked to Preston. She done called him. He ain't called her back. Preston ain't dealing with you. Preston said, listen, this is too much shit, okay? I like you. The sex is good. But it is way, way, way too hard. And it shouldn't be this complicated. So they're down. They're at the bar. They're having drinks, taking shots. And we find out, well, the rest of the ladies find out that Aaron is a recovering alcoholic. And they are so damn obvious, like, they were like, what? Recovery? What? Well, Karen, I need to talk to you. And then they proceed to have a whole conversation sitting right next to the man about the man being an alcoholic. Listen, I don't care how loud the music was at the club. He heard you and he knew y'all was talking about him. That was just rude. Then Danny, of course, she likes all of the men at the club, but she's like, all these fine-looking men, but none of them like us, because, we at a gay club. They're not looking at us. And the bartender was like, most of the bartenders here are straight. Like, they work here, but they ain't gay. So then Danny starts flirting with the bartender, who is cute, and I know him from somewhere. Y'all tell me where I know that man from. I know him from somewhere. I can't remember where. I think I know where I know him from, but I'm not sure. I have to wait and look at the credits. But I know him from somewhere. Anyway, and of course they're all getting drunk. They're taking shots and all that good stuff. Now, back to the apartment. Calvin then went to go pick up Maurice, and Maurice is being Maurice. He is being a diva. He's talking about something. Ain't nobody getting there early. Ain't nobody getting there on time because divas don't show up on time. Everybody else is just early, okay? And he's getting in drag and everything. And Calvin basically, listen, I ain't dragging this shit out. Calvin basically says to him, listen, I need some place to stay. They asked Maurice. Maurice is sitting up there with a 3-bedroom daggone apartment, child. Why he say his credit score was in the 100s? I didn't even know this shit went that low. Who got a 100 credit score? Anyway, so Calvin was like, listen, I just need some place to stay. And Maurice was like, wait a minute, but I thought you made good money. What's going on? And he was like, I was good until I had to help my dad with the medical bills. And he was like, y'all ain't got no insurance? And he was like, pre-existing conditions. I'm not even going to go there. I'm just going to leave that be. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to touch it. I ain't going there. Neither here nor there, child. Neither here nor there. And he said, don't tell Sabrina. I don't want her to know what's going on. And at first, Maurice was like, no. But I think eventually he convinced Maurice to let him stay there. And of course, Maurice was being extra, talking about how he loud when he has his gentleman callers over. And just being real extra, being real Maurice, child. So they are finally on their way to the club. And Maurice talking about something he can barely breathe in that waist trainer. Calvin talking about something, what's a waist trainer? Maurice was like, stop it. Like, you're not going to sit here and tell me that you know all things gay, but you don't know what the hell a waist trainer is. Like, stop playing. And let's be clear, that ain't even gay. Men wear waist trainers all the time. I've seen men in waist trainers, which you probably mean like it's a corset or some body shaper. But neither here nor there. You ain't going to sit here and tell me this man don't know what one is. Like, I'm not buying that, okay? They get to the club and Maurice looks really nice and his little drag and everything, and he proceeds to give a speech about what he went through with the gay bashing, and he gives homage to Marsha P. Johnson and Calvin's parents who were at Stonewall. Their characters were at Stonewall, and just talks about how they tried to take him out, but he's gonna, rise, and the rest of them are gonna rise, and everybody's gonna rise, and all the members of the LGBTQIA community, we gonna rise, we're gonna stand together. So that was cute. Now while all of this is going on, Now while all of this is going on, at the club, like I said, Andy done got drunk and she done started flirting with old boy, and she ready to leave. First Danny was ready to leave and they convinced Danny to stay. Then Andy decides that she wants to leave with the dude, and Karen is like, girl, you are drunk. Like, this is not a good idea. You don't know this man. Like, you don't even know where you're going. Because remember, Andy ain't got a place. She talking about somewhere. I'm pretty sure he got somewhere to live. Girl, he could be living with his mama and 10 cats. You don't know nothing about this man. You don't know where he living. You don't know how he living. And you just gonna leave drunk with him and go where? And Karen tried to convince her not to go, but she finally hit her with that line that we all hit people with when we don't want to hear it no more. I'm grown, I can do what I want. And so Karen was like, you know what, you can, fine, you grown, you can do what you want. Now come to find out, Aaron and the old dude know each other. They said they play ball together. But Aaron seemed to be real concerned about Andy leaving with him. Now, I don't know if it was just me picking up on a little bit extra, or if it's really a little bit extra to pick up on. But I get the impression that this man really ain't feeling Andy's little new boo thing, and maybe he knows something that he ain't really saying. Maybe bro code ain't letting him say it, but he really was concerned about Andy leaving. But Andy ended up leaving with him anyway. Then we had Maurice and Danny had a conversation. You know, they don't get along on a good day. They don't get along. And Danny tried to be nice. She was like, listen, it's your day. Don't do me like that. Leave me the hell alone. Enjoy your day. Stay away from me. And then he tried to talk to her. And then he made her dance with the bartender. And the bartender, you know, they started having like a little close encounter. You know, they was tangling a little bit. And that was pretty much it. Like, my DVR cut off at the very end. So if I missed like the last couple of minutes, then I'm sorry, y'all. But for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the timing of Sistas, but Sistas always cuts off at the end. And sometimes I miss something. And I feel like I missed something on this episode. But the last thing I saw was Zach and Fatima about to get it in. So if something happened after that, y'all, I ain't get it. But neither here nor there. It couldn't be that deep. This episode wasn't really doing a whole lot. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. Drop it in them comments. Peace.